You're listening to Tim Pod Radio, and this is Mangaloo, or Casey, or Labnack and Mangaloo Cosplays, all those things. And you can find my stuff at Labnack and Mangaloo Cosplays on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. Check my stuff out.
Give a listen to the podcast series Brain Leakage as we live podcast every single episode of Doctor Who from An Unearthly Child on. Yes, today is a set point in time. You can't change that. Not even a Time Lord could. Brain Leakage on Tin Pod Radio.
Please don't fear me, because I know what I want. Please deliver me that soft part of your soul that makes you freeze time, staring in at yourself. It's time to step outside onto the path you once made. Let me keep you so I can find all your tears. I can mend you so you can function again. I was where you are in oblivion. I know you feel alone. You got to ask yourself where you are now. It's where you are now. It's where you are now.
Chapter 10. Both of them were lucky they didn't break their necks jumping off the factory roof. It's not like Lindsay and Julie have come close to doing anything like this before. When it came to foolhardy, crazy, stupid leaps of faith, they saved that for unrestricted sexual encounters and street-bought pills. Luck or chance didn't seem to be with anyone on this day. Weather forecast for the future? Not so good either. Lindsay held Julie as she was bracing them both against a wall outside the factory building, only inches from where they'd landed as another wave hit. They were on the opposite side from which the waves were coming, but they could feel the power and force of each wave hitting nonetheless. Each one pounded with all the fear they'd ever felt in their lives all at once. There was just something about this storm that told everyone caught in the middle of it that it wasn't just another big storm. Lindsay looked around to see bodies in the parking lot. Most of them were people who died trying to get to their cars after the first wave hit, killed trying to get home to their families and loved ones. Some of the vehicles in the parking lot had been toppled by the waves. The whole scene looked like God had spit on the place over and over again. Lindsay could see other workers who had run out since the last wave and were trying to help the still alive but injured back into the building. She thought to herself that in the past she had always looked at these people as the worst people she'd ever met, the worst humanity had to offer. Maybe she'd been wrong. Another wave crashed down. Julie started to slide down the wall beside Lindsay, but her girlfriend pulled her back up to her feet by her shoulders and held her face in her hands. "We need to get over to the cafeteria door. Julie, we can't stay out here." But Julie was looking out at the bodies of the people who earlier that morning had been working alongside them. Just this morning she had been trash-talking with some of those people about how fucked up the company was and how much they hated working there. "But," Julie said again in a low voice, "we have to try," Lindsay told her. Julie looked at Lindsay with panicked fear in her eyes. "There's too much shit flying around out here. Nothing will get us here. We're safe here. We're behind the building." "That doesn't mean much. Remember, they just built this part of the building. Remember all the corners they cut? I don't think it will hold up to much more of this." Julie slid down again, but Lindsay pulled her up once more, this time with more force. She grabbed her hands so tightly Julie jumped at the pain. "We're going. Right after the next wave. I'm not losing you now." When the next wave crashed down, Lindsay took the first step for them both. The fear was coming again already. It was building, creating itself anew. It was coming to hit again. All they had to do was win this foot race with a big fucking wave. Their future together sort of depended on it.
Under the training books is a sleep-deprived, often drunk writer's brain dump, expelling the wasteland of words and thoughts from his brain so he can reboot for the rest of the week. Under the Training Book is a journal-style show resembling a Diaryland blog. It's a mix of rants on politics, musings about faith, pop culture references, and every stream of consciousness thought that might cross the mind, all on Tin Pod Radio.
Do you remember when you were young, playing that first LP? Remember how you sang along when you put the needle down? Now the kids, they've got webcams.
We hope you've enjoyed this Tin Pod Radio fiction audio production narrated by Stacey Taylor. You can find Stacey on Twitter at StaceBobT, and her podcast is popcultureparlor.podbean.com. This story is written by Brian C. Williams, edited by Christina Caceres, copyrighted 2017, System Productions.